Coming back to you live from our rooms. I'm Zach.
And I'm Sean. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's not that I
That was
didn't
a-
want to answer your question, but I felt like I need to leave you wanting a little bit. So
Gotta keep him coming back for
yeah,
more.
yeah.
I must say, Zach, you had some gusto, some energy with that intro today. Are you feeling good? You got some zest in your step right now?
I mean, I thought I was the normal as always, but I got some zest in my step. I'm feeling great. No. I have successfully survived the finals week of Doom. I'm done with all my courses. I didn't think I'd make it, but man, I'm still here.
This is a rare. No, actually, this has never happened where we recorded an episode after a semester ended.
It hasn't. This is a first.
I've done it. I recorded one episode with Corby after a semester ended, but you have never been here for it. So this is exciting.
I'm thrilled to be here for this opportunity. It's been a long time coming, and really, I'm just really grateful for the chance to be here.
Wow. I'm honestly I'm a little flabbergasted and a little bit scroogles, just because I just was not expecting to hear from you for another 6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months. Man, the summer's not that long.
Hey man, hey, no, this summer will last forever. That's what they always say in high school movies and whatnot. So
true.
Since we're both college age / graduated, we should definitely adhere to that kind of mentality.
Well, there's only one problem with that mentality. Is that
only one, huh?
I'm taking summer courses. so really this episode is our one summer episode of the entire summer. So
wow.
And
so
next week I would just jump right back into the good old summer semester.
Zach, what does this mean? This is the end of semester 8 or the beginning of semester 9? Is this episode 1 or episode 20 something?
This is the in between.
I need to create its own playlist.
Just called the in between episode. And it's right in between them.
Playlist that never was.
But it's a playlist that should have been.
Oh wow. It's gonna have a really long name.
Well, now when it happened, I'm just gonna be disappointed, Sean. So you know what has to be done.
Hey man, I got you.
Sean,
I think this is a great idea.
Oh?
Yeah, I think it's great because it encapsulates the concept of change that you're so constantly professing.
No, I'm over that.
This. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was so last semester. Let's be honest.
That was old me. I'm a new me. But wait, what does that mean? Doesn't that mean?
Sorry.
It happened. It happened without me even realizing.
I'm kind of on one today. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's that zest in your step. I'm telling you, if someone licked their toes, they'd taste some zesty Italian spices. That's what I'm saying.
Should I try right now?
Give it a go, Zach. Someone who might be in the room right now just gave me a horrified look.
Man, that's not what I remember zesty Italian dressing tasting like. But it's not too bad.
Was it all right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not my new favorite, but it's definitely not my least favorite.
Would you put it in the top 50?
Oh yeah, easily. I'd say
Nice.
maybe even like top 30. To be honest.
Oh,
It's not too shabby.
Was it like cheesy with like an oaky after? What do people say?
Sean, it wasn't an oak after. No, it had a birch foundation on a
Birch foundation.
Yeah, I got
Are we
that.
building a treehouse? What's happening?
hey, you listen here. I'm not gonna put up with your crap today because I am zesty today.
He's the zesty Zach.
The zesty
It's a new
Zach.
Zach.
Yeah, he doesn't come out very often. It's pretty much once in a year thing. But when he is here, man, you're in for a treat.
I can't wait. Like when we make Zesty Zach a character in something stupid, and you just like it's just Zach, and he's like got a little bit more energy than you do, and like somehow in the video, like he like trips and his shoes go flying off, and instead of wearing socks, he's just got zesty Italian seasoning packets all over his feet instead of socks.
I really thought you were gonna say his feet are just drenched in zesty Italian sauce. Not even just packets. Dripping. They're just glistening in the sun.
It could be all of that.
Well, now it has to happen.
It's zesty Zach. It's not even zesty. It's your toes, man. It's the zesty toes.
Sean, this goes back to the lost episode of Spicy Nuggs and Smash Bros, where we rate
your feet episode.
What are Zesty Zach's feet rated? What do you think?
Zesty Zach's feet?
I don't remember. It's gotta be a 10 out of 10. It's gotta be.
Zesty Zach's feet gotta be up there because most feet don't taste good. Those gotta be tasting like zesty.
I mean, and they glisten in the sun, so they even look more appealing than a normal foot.
You really don't get that from many feet these days.
You don't. It's unique. It's exotic.
And I'll tell you what, that's something. Man, if only our government would fix this problem with society.
Oh my gosh! Stick it to the man, Sean. Woo!
I'm just like outside of the Utah State Capitol building with a sign that says like "glistening toes for all."
Okay, do you actually think... I guarantee we could probably create, like, a fake movement based off of something like that. People wouldn't even know what it really means, but they would support it, and they would show up with signs for glistening feet.
Birds aren't real. That's that to a T. That's exactly what that is. Have you seen? Man, I love it. There's a video of like a birds aren't real rally. They're all like striking, and then like a flock of pigeons flies by, and they're all like, all just screaming at them.
Okay, that's awesome. Speaking of rallies, there was a protest at UVU this last semester. There was
What about?
There was some person coming to speak at UVU, and people weren't happy about it, and there was flyers left on benches and stuff. One of my professors even brought in a stack of flyers and put them on the desks, and was like, I don't know who put those there, but if you want one, it would. So wow. I mean, I clearly was not interested because I didn't even grab a flyer. I actually thought about grabbing a flyer just so we could talk about it, and I didn't because I didn't want to be seen grabbing a flyer. So,
wow,
here we are.
Where does that leave us? You don't even know who it was that was talking.
My brother might know. It was because I think the Republican Party had a census or something at one of the UVU buildings, and there was some person that came down to give the opening speech for it or something, and that's who they were having the rally against. So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't follow it too much. I was too stressed with finals.
Believe that. Dude, why were you focused on the unimportant things?
I'm sorry, Sean. I'm sorry. My career as a journalist is crumbling before me.
You told me you only had to write 3 10-page papers. Seems like you really could have jumped in on that. Not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay, can I talk about finals for a little bit today? Holy fetch. I don't think we haven't, like you said, I haven't had this opportunity to rant about a finals semester week on a Spicy Nuggs. This is a great chance for the people to see upset Zach.
A very rare occurrence.
Yeah.
Zach is the most level-headed, calm, kind guy I've ever met in my life, frankly.
Man, now you're speaking
when he has
facts.
those zesty toes. That's when you knows it's
That's
gonna
what
be
knows.
out there working with the hose, referring to the gardening tool. Don't worry.
I mean, it is spring. It's time to get out there with that hoe and look at that garden flourishing.
That's right. And his best bud Mose. Him and his best bud Mose.
Dude, I'm so glad
Uh,
Mose is back.
yeah, they chose to work together. Um, them and their crows. You should probably talk now.
I would wait to see how long you could keep it going, but since you can't, here I goes.
I guess I losed.
Anyway, finals, Sean. Finals. I was my voice and my thoughts were not so calm just a few days ago. But fetching,
Okay.
I had. You know what? Let's just go through the list, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's do it together, like a family, like we used to.
family. What do you mean, like we used to?
I mean, like we used to, like a family.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh, for real, for real.
So, in my rhetorical theory class, we had to have a 10-page paper on some sort of rhetorical artifact, and it had to be an application paper, basically. This was the class that I decided to write about sonic rhetoric in Celeste. So
Yes.
it wasn't terrible. I got to listen to the Celeste music to refresh myself and write a paper on it, and
Grand time.
it wasn't terrible. But I mean, 10-page paper. Nobody wants to write a 10-page paper, so got that out of the way nice and early. I'm like, nice, cool. That was the last thing of that class. I'm done. And then we had for my intercultural comm class, we had to write up an executive summary in our groups about like actually making suggestions and doing data analysis from our interviews we did earlier for the nonprofit organization, and then present this information and submit the executive summary to the organization so they could make an actual decision based off our findings. So that was a little stressful too, just like, actual important things happening. And that was a group project. That wasn't even one of my 10-page papers. That was just like a final project I had.
Ugh.
And then in my other English class, we had to write a 10-page paper. It could be on anything we wanted as long as it related to the class. I ended up doing mine on the idea of the sublime or sublimity, and I went through how that changed over the course of just years and years, right? Going from different philosopher to different philosopher. So it was still a topic I was interested in, but another 10-page paper.
Uh-huh.
On top of the paper, we had a final in that class, which turned out to be a 5-page essay questions. So great.
Great. Cool. Very fun.
Then my comm class, I had to write, and luckily the presenting part got cut out, but I had to write a research paper like you would find looking for sources.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to come up with everything for the topic to how we're going to find the research, and then we just kind of had to BS the results section. Be like, this is what we think would have happened, basically, but present it as if that's what you found, right?
Yeah.
That ended up being a 13-page paper instead of a 10-page paper. And I'm missing a class still. What was it? Or was that it? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Anyways, it was a blur. There was so much crap. I was losing my absolute mind throughout these last couple days. Because it was seriously, I would wake up, I would work on a paper, I go to work, I'd come back, I'd work on the paper, and maybe take a 30-minute break in between or something, right?
Ugh.
Just to... And that was my life for a couple days. It was not great. But everything's in. I'm feeling pretty good. And maybe that's why Zesty Zach has come out. It's The
relief.
calm after the storm. Not the calm before the storm, but right after the storm. The
But
sun
also before,
shining.
because you're back at school
Yeah,
next week.
it's also yes. I'm also back in school in a week from now. So
Wow. Well, dang. So, given that you've freaking crushed all these finals, just
oh yeah,
eviscerated all
best
these
of my
finals,
work.
you just freaking sat on them with the twin cakes of your butt, and
Uh,
goodness gracious, they were
oh,
smushed to dust.
uh,
Um,
yes.
given all of that, listen, we all say things we regret sometimes, okay?
Some more than others.
Given all of that, um, first off, reflecting on this semester, would you say that the classes you took, was it like one of your most difficult semesters? Do you feel like positive about the stuff you learned? Like, was it useful for you? That. Yes.
um, the, it really depends on what class we're talking about. um, I will say, just like, whoa, my brother's yelling in the other room. This is fine. I hope that got picked up.
Background noise.
Yeah, it's the background noise. No, but I did not enjoy this semester. I will say that much. I am very happy this semester is over. And I think a lot of that was just the nature of my courses being all in person, Monday through Friday. Um, and being in the mornings. I feel like that definitely had a factor of me not enjoying the semester. But at the same time, it's
Okay.
like, I didn't really love any of my professors either. Like, we went over like some interesting concepts, but like I didn't love being in the class, even though the concepts were somewhat interesting. Like we talked about like I said, like sublimity or like rhetoric, and like that was interesting. We talked about we had some interesting readings in my other English class. Like we read some Marx, we read Levinas, we read a whole bunch of stuff. And like I always enjoy reading a new philosophy or a new idea. Like that's always like I think that's why I enjoyed the class we had together so much was it was just new stuff every single week, like, and the philosophies were like wildly different at times, right?
Right.
And so I enjoyed that aspect, but like actually being in the class and now being out of the class, like, was it great? I don't know. It's fine. I definitely have some new like philosophical discussions I can like engage in, or like just some concepts that were interesting I could look farther into if how I will like in the future. But like I don't know. It's just a semester.
All right, fair enough.
I will say some were a lot better than others. My intercultural comm class was interesting just simply because I felt like it was an application, right? Like it was like we actually did something meaningful throughout the semester, like had an impact outside of the course, which is cool. I talked about a little that before. But on the other end, my research methods class was literally useless. I don't know why.
Yes.
I needed like if the thing is if I took this course and was required to take this course earlier in my college career, I think it would have actually been really helpful. But because I'm almost at the end of my college career and I've already had to read 100 different research articles, I know how to read them. I know how to get what I need. I know how they're organized and what the different kinds of like qualitative research and quantitative research is. Like it was just like I had to learn this stuff just by existing in my other courses, and I had a whole course dedicated to it. And I'm like, this I know this is useless. It also did not help that I did not like that professor even a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough. Yeah.
that's a lot of ranting. I'm sorry.
No, that's why we came here, Zach.
Zesty Zach couldn't stop talking.
But okay, I have one more question for you.
Yes.
I hit my guitar. Last question. You're clearly signed up for courses in the summer. Are you looking forward to this next semester? Are things looking bright in the future for you, or does this next semester look also potentially pretty painful?
I'm cautiously optimistic about this next semester. I have I'm gonna have I'm taking more classes than I was this semester, so the workload will be a little bit more. But the courses I'm engaged in, I think, are going to be more interesting, and they're all online, so I can take them at like my own pace and not have to worry about waking up in the morning and crap like that. So I think that will help my attitude towards the classes.
Right.
So I'm taking two different Chinese courses. One is a Chinese literature class, and the other
Oh.
is a ancient Chinese history class. So like
It,
those will go well together, I think, and it just sounds interesting. Um,
yeah. Cool.
um, and I'm taking some stupid health course because I needed a class. And I'm probably going to regret that. Uh,
Yep.
and then I have my communication capstone class, which should be interesting. Um, I don't know what that entails entirely. I just signed up for it. I assume it's just going to be like some giant communication final project for my college career, but who knows.
Right.
But no, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm cautiously optimistic. I
Sweet.
hope they're better. But at the same time, I'm almost like slightly nervous going into this next semester because it's my last semester. And I find like I was just thinking about this earlier. Like I feel like it kind of like really dawned on me. I'm like I will be done with college in like 3.5 months.
Yeah,
Like,
Bo.
like that is the like this is the end. Like this stage of my life is basically over, and that's a little concerning. I think because
Oh, Zach. No, it's okay. It's just fine.
Oh, yeah?
Listen to some. Let's just like
oh
like a
Oh.
little bit of. Here it comes. You're gonna love this.
I can already feel my worries washing away.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere. Going nowhere. You see you in the future. Their tears are filling their glasses. No expression. No expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow. No tomorrow. Anyways.
Man, the worst part was I was vibing. I'm like, this is so nice. I'm actually like so relaxed. And you said this is you. I was like, fetch.
That's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful
gorgeous.
song. I love it.
Yeah,
It's called Mad World, in case
until
you
you
don't
say
know.
that to me in the future, that's not so nice.
But then you start to think about the lyrics and you're like,
Yep.
oof,
Yep.
it is a heavy song.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry for that.
Oh no, we needed our outro song. So good job, Sean. Thanks for stepping up like always.
That is the last one I'm obligated to do. I mean, technically, I didn't even need to do it because this is in its own separate void. But I figured, why not? You know,
Oh wow, do an extra one for the people.
for the people.
I just want to make it clear that it's still not going to be my job next semester.
I just said it's not It's not an obligation. I might just choose to do it, but no
Okay,
longer am I
okay.
shackled by the needs of Zach.
Yeah. Until Zach decides there's going to be a new need next semester, and you are going to be obligated to do that.
That would only happen if Zesty Zach showed up again, and I don't see
Oh.
that happening.
You know what? Maybe Zesty Zach will make another appearance.
Oh,
He'd be a guest in.
I can't
one of
figure
our
out if
future
that's a
episodes.
threat or a promise.
You know, I'm kind of hoping it's both.
Oh my.
Although, you know,
Professor.
I'm sure that my semester will start and all zestiness will quickly fade. So
It do be like that.
it really do. And so it's really funny because my brother Ethan, he also has one more semester, but he wasn't able to get summer courses, so he's gonna be finishing in the fall semester. Um,
Oh wow.
and so like he's like going, he's like, oh man, I made it to summer. Like he has this all summer to like just hang out and do nothing, right? But
Yep.
and so I'm like, man, I'm so jealous. But like, I know in a couple months when I'm graduated and he's going right into his next semester, I'm gonna be like, oh man, wow, I'm done. This is great. So like,
It's gonna feel so good, my guy. It'll be
yeah.
awesome.
So I'm taking the bullet by the bullet right now, but in the future,
Yeah.
Zesty Zach will make a reappearance for sure.
Oh my. Now that's a promise and a threat.
I mean, is it a threat if you want it to happen? Can can
Yeah.
a threat be something good? Can you threaten
I
kindness?
Yeah, here let me give you an example.
Okay, please.
Zach,
Yes.
I'm going to kiss you on the mouth. See?
Ooh, that was kind of threatening.
See, that was a threat, even though it's something potentially good.
Sean, I don't know if we're ready for that.
My wife is just
have
frowning at me right now.
Sean, we barely know each other. We've only been friends since like first grade, and we've only had a podcast together for like 4 years. Okay, one step at a time.
I feel you, man.
Okay,
That's a
good.
big. If I'm being honest, I don't even want to kiss you.
Whoa! I mean,
I don't even think about it every single night.
oh yeah, me neither.
Oh, there's my wife frowning at me again. I better stop.
The best part is the only reason I encourage you half the time is one, it's hilarious, but two, if Allison's in the proximity, it's even better, and I can't resist. I get to troll Allison without actually trolling Allison.
It's perfect. Well, that's the best kind of trolling. It's the one you can pass off, and it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, Sean, how dare you? How dare you? This is all your fault, really. Allison, I'm on your side here.
Mad world. It's a mad world.
Sean,
Anyways,
I need to know, before we go with this freaking chaotic of an episode, what is new with you?
what is new with me?
Can the college graduate bless us with some of his endless wisdom and endless knowledge? Now that you are out in the big old world and you have
yeah.
all the answers, what are you doing with your time? Like, what is the answer to the universe?
Let me think. Actually, I have the answer. I'm sorry. I just need to quickly remind myself of it. Here it is. Okay, here. Are you ready? Here's the answer to the universe and depth questions, stuff like that. Actually, you know what? We'll go the whole 9 yards with this, right? Ready? Because music speaks volumes.
Well, I mean,
And I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you. I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Music is the answer.
thank y'all so much for watching. I'm still Zach.
And I'm still Sean.
We'll see you next time.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. You see you in the future. Their tears are filling their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. Anyways.
Sean, say it again for the people. Say it again for the people, Sean.
Oh, I was just talking about. Well, it's funny that you say I should say it again because really you were the one complimenting me. So it just seems weird that I just said thank you. That's all I really said.
Yeah, that's true, Sean. Your eyebrows just look way too good today.
Stop! You know I'm self-conscious about my eyebrows.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to give you a confidence boost here, like they're on fleek, Sean.
Stop!
Let me tell you, that hidden scar underneath really brings them out even more. And
The Hidden Scar.
yep,
It's a good band name.
it is a good band name.
So Ben, who I do the other podcast with.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've heard of him before. It's not like I think about it every night and plot the device.
I trained him in my last area on my mission. I was his trainer, which for missionaries, there's like a joke that I'm his father.
Okay.
So we've kept that going, and recently Allison follows him on Instagram, and he posted. He had like above his eyebrow was bleeding. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Too much tag.
Like father, like son. Like.
But the question is, was he playing tag at midnight at a park?
No, it does not sound like that's what he was doing, which
That's
is kind of a...
That's just disappointing, honestly.
The important thing is that it scars over and it disfigures his face forever.
But it brings out the eyebrows. That's how it works. I don't make the rules.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, I don't make the rules.
So are you telling me that after I slammed my face into the side of that pirate ship, and then got that giant hole in my head, and then had it stitched closed and had a scar underneath,
yes,
you've noticed my eyebrows more often?
Yes. But they look way better than they used to. Way better.
Oh. So you're saying they didn't look good before?
Oh no, they were terrible before, but now now they're looking real good, real fine.
What was wrong with them before?
Look, we don't need to talk about what might have been wrong with your eyebrows in the past. Really, the important thing is that they look great now.
Where was all the fleek, and why couldn't they be on that?